The second place team in the East, Chatham Anglers, come to town as the YD Red Sox, top of the Cape, top of the East, host Chatham. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red Wilson Field. Brandon Pelter will be joined by Dana Gray here in a few moments, and it is a perfect day for baseball here on a Friday evening. The Red Sox, 23-11-4, most points across the Cape with 50, lead the East in the Chatham Anglers 10 points behind, coming at 19-17-2. It's Scott Pickler, the veteran, in his 21st season with the Red Sox, trotting out to meet Tom Holliday, the first-year coach for Chatham. And it's been a different approach for Holliday, who will come in with two different starters for many games. That's been his go-to for the Anglers, and it certainly paid off. We'll see what we have today as Austin Bergner gets the start for the Anglers. He'll face Brady Batten, making his first appearance for the Red Sox here. Just activated today. Batten not even online yet. Brady Batten coming in to make his first start for the Red Sox, and it'll be an interesting day. A few new Red Sox arms into town, 3 new at that, with Gordon Ingebrigtsen in as well, with Michael James, another Hofstra player. Vito Freesia also back in town with the Red Sox. So it'll be an interesting day ahead of us today. The magic number for the Red Sox is 3. A combination of 3 YD wins and Chatham losses will mark first place, will clinch first place for the Red Sox, who have already clinched that postseason berth. And taking a look at the East, the Red Sox, of course, in first with 50 points. Chatham trails 10 points behind. Then it's Harwich with 34. In a race for fourth, the Orleans Firebirds currently have it with 27 points. The Brewster Whitecaps just 2 points behind. They have 25, and they've started to turn things on as we head to the home stretch of the season. We're, in fact, in the home stretch of the season, as the Firebirds have struggled 3-7 in their last 10. Brewster just a notch better at 5-5. In the West, still some tight grouping. Hyannis in first place with 44 points. The Wareham Gatemen with 43, while Falmouth sits with 41 points. Katuitt right behind with 39, and Bourne brings up the rear with 35 points. A little more tight grouping in the West. It seems like anything can go there. Hyannis just sits 1 point ahead of Wareham, as opposed to the way it sits in the East, with YD far and ahead out in the lead. The managers meeting now at home plate to exchange lineup cards. And these Chatham Anglers coming into today, 5-5 in their last 10, have cooled off a little bit, but they have gotten the big name in Spencer Torkelson back, and he's been hot, hitting .423 in his last 8 games throughout the month of July, starting to pick it up and pace this Anglers offense that has a lot of pop in the bat. For YD, 7-3 in their last 10. They've also won 3 straight, and an off day yesterday for the Red Sox, I think, did them well. Got some rest, some time off, especially after the somewhat grueling week, playing Monday at Bourne, a later start, and then traveling to Hartford, Connecticut on Tuesday for a 12:30 p.m. start. So they were on the bus about 7 o'clock in the morning. These guys were up early, played Wednesday as well, and that was a win for YD, beating the Firebirds 8-4. The off day yesterday. Lineups, first pitch, and more coming up next here as the Red Sox host the Anglers' final meeting of the season. First pitch between the Chatham Anglers and YD Red Sox just moments away. Game 39 of the season for both of these teams. Brandon Pelter here along with you. Dana Gray stepping back into the press box after singing today's national anthem. And for the Anglers at 19-17-2, leading things off is the first baseman, red-hot Blake Sable. Batting second is the center fielder, John Raves, while Spencer Torkelson, the big name, is the three-man in the order for Chatham. Batting four is the second baseman, Michael Bush. Colin Simpson, who's had a month, is batting fifth. He's catching. The third baseman, Ben Ramirez, bats sixth. Batting seventh, the former Red Sox player, the DH, Drew Mendoza, while batting eighth is the left fielder, Ashton McGee. And batting ninth at shortstop, it's Jorge Arenas. And they will face Brady Batten from Houston Baptist, making his first start for the Red Sox. Finished this past season a two-way player, 17 appearances, 14 starts, a 3.96 ERA. And the first pitch misses upstairs, crosses home plate a minute early, 4:59 the start here on a picture-perfect Friday evening in South Yarmouth.
Well, it's just the case when we get to this point of the season, get to see a lot of new arms throughout the Cape.
1-0, misses the outside corner. 2-0 the count. And talking to Scott Pickler, quite honest answer. Not sure what you're going to get here today from Batten. The 2-0. Upstairs, the righty at 6 foot even, 195 pounds from Bryan, Texas. Also played at Northeast Texas Community College. Season before Houston Baptist. 3-0 upstairs. Ball four, a four-pitch walk, and Blake Sable aboard to lead off the game for the Anglers.
Maybe some early jitters there for Batten. All four of those pitches missing kind of up and around the strike zone. Hopefully you just see that as one batter and a new opportunity, and he can calm down quickly.
That brings up the two-man, John Rave. So the first pitch, Rave squares and pulls back, misses upstairs. Underway between Chatham and YD. Final meeting of the season. Rave hitting .301 for the Anglers. Next pitch, upstairs, 2-0 the count. Brady Batten hasn't thrown a strike yet for the Red Sox.
And nice to see Dash go out there and just comfort him a bit, tone him down. He's just got to throw a strike, maybe just get one, and then it'll be all downhill from there. But definitely you could tell he's a little nervous here in this first inning. His first Cape game. It's understandable.
2-0 here on Rave as Sable leads off of first. Batten brings the glove just below the chest. 2-0. Runner goes. Throw down to second in time. The perfect throw from Adam Kerner to Christian Koss retires Blake Sable, caught stealing, and there's the first out. That finally a called strike as well, a breaking ball in the outer third.
Well, Kerner's throw, it didn't have a lot of power on it, but it, as you mentioned, just perfectly accurate. Caught Sable in his tracks.
The 2-1 misses down low, 3-1 the count. No score here at Red Wilson Field, the 3-1. Misses outside, ball four yet again so far. 9 pitches from Brady Batten, just one strike. Does have the first out of the game thanks to a caught stealing from Adam Kerner. Spencer Torkelson, the three-man up next, hitting .423 in the month of July. Just 8 games played. First pitch misses up on the outer third. And out here on the top of the first, no score between Chatham and YD as Brady Batten makes his debut for the Red Sox. Working from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. He kicks in the 1-1. Clips the outer third, called a strike. It's 1-2 on Torkelson, the dangerous three-man for Chatham.
Talking about how Batten is struggling to throw strikes, this might not be a guy that you want to throw a strike at the way that he's turning on baseballs lately.
Batten sets in the 1-1. Swung on and driven in the air to deep center field. Ashford at the fence, camps under it, and he makes the catch. A high fly ball. Now Rave tagging from first. He's in safely at second base.
Oh, my word. Spencer Torkelson just got so under that. If he's just tilting the bat head down just a little bit more and driving that as opposed to popping it up, that's easily out of Red Wilson. I don't think Ashford could have gone back another step.
So now with 2 away, a man on second base, Batten starting to settle in. First pitch misses outside to Michael Bush. Second baseman hitting .293 coming into the day. 4 home runs, and that a common theme for these Anglers. Tied for first with Orleans' 36 big flies this season. The throw over to second, and Rave back in safely.
Though the good thing, though, is it seems like in these matchups against Chatham, Red Sox bring the homers as well. We've seen a couple of games that have featured 4, 5, or 6 of those.
Batten the 1-0 delivery is swung on and grounded softly foul right side. 1-1 starting to really settle in here for Brady Batten. 8 of his first 9 pitches were balls. One. Called a strikeout or third.
And it's been the breaking balls that have worked him back into this first inning. That's actually what he's been able to place for strikes as opposed to the fastball that he was having trouble controlling.
Batten now comes set just below the chest. Kicks in the 1-2. In the dirt. Kerner using the chest protector to stop it, and the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Michael Bush at the plate. The UNC Tar Heel from the left side. Batten the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and lifted to left. Beasley a couple steps back, camps under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. A little bit of trouble for Brady Batten in his YD debut, but works out of trouble here in the first. No runs, no hits. 1 man is left on base. No score, and the home team Red Sox coming to plate for the first time today. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. The hometown Red Sox plating for the first time today. Here's the lineup for the first place team in the East. YD leading things off, the center fielder is Zach Ashford. Batting second in left field, it's Brad Beasley. The 3-man is Noah Campbell at second base, and the first baseman Andrew Dashbach bats 4. Batting fifth is the right fielder Johnny DeLuca, and Christian Koss, the shortstop, bats 6th. While batting 7th, the third baseman heating up, it's Nick Quintana. Batting 8th is the DH Reese Albert, and batting 9th, the catcher Adam Kerner. Austin Bergner starting today for the Chatham Anglers. Bergner a 2-1 record. And he could have his hands full with this YD offense top across the Cape.
Though definitely the guy you want starting if you're Tom Holliday, a 3.24 ERA through those 3 starts and only 1 loss. And even in that ball game, it was a contest where the Anglers couldn't plate any runs, so not really his fault. This is a guy that brings some of the best stuff for Chatham.
UNC Tar Heel 6'5" righty winds, and the first pitch. Called a strike at the knees inside corner on Zach Ashford. The lefty didn't love it. Bergner with that plus fastball, sitting mid-90s, the 0-1. Brings it again, fouled back to the screen behind the plate. At UNC this past season, 13 starts, 17 appearances total, and a 4.25 ERA, had 84 strikeouts in 82 2/3. 0-2 the count. Bergner, third base side of the rubber, winds, and the pitch. Upstairs, off speed, 1-2. Ashford settles back in. He's the lefty facing the righty Bergner. First batter for YD here today, 1-2. Swing and a grounder right side into the sliding glove of Bush, who throws on to first after the solid defensive play in timeout number 1.
Nice job by Bush, ranging to his left to go down on all fours to keep that not only from trickling out into the outfield, but glove it as well in time for Ashford.
Brad Beasley, the righty and the 2-man for YD, steps in. Beasley, the average up to 373 after missing significant time with a pulled muscle. First pitch. In tight to Beasley, ducks out of the way. The defense in the outfield left to right for the Anglers. It's Dashton, McGee, John Rave, and Spencer Torkelson. Here's the 1-0. Slapped down the right field line, foul. The infield at third base, it's Ben Ramirez. The shortstop is Jorge Arenas. Michael Bush plays second base, and Blake Sable is at first. Battery of Austin Bergner throwing it to Colin Simpson. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the first, no score between Chatham and YD. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side. Gloved in the hole by Arenas. Long throw, not nearly in time to get the speedy Beasley.
Could tell right off the bat how deep that Arenas had to go for that even if he did glove it successfully, his throw was going to be well short just with his momentum going away from first base. And Beasley chugging down the line, get that first single for the Red Sox.
He continues the red-hot month of July, hitting .390 coming into the day. It's Noah Campbell, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. YD with Campbell and DeLuca, the 2 switch hitters in the lineup today. Bergner sets in the first pitch in the dirt. Simpson sliding right, keeps it in front. A funky delivery here from the stretch from Bergner with that high leg kick before a herky-jerk move home. Beasley off of first. He's got plenty of speed. Bergner, third base side of the rubber, 1-0. Paints the outside corner with a fastball called strike. It's 1-1. Throw over, Beasley back in safely. Bergner has been one of the aces here for this Chatham squad. Hasn't gone less than 5 innings. He's been a long starter for this Anglers team. The 1-1. Swing and a liner into left field. Beasley turns around second. He'll hold up there as McGee fumbles the ball, now gets it in. YD with 2 straight singles. Runners on first and second with 1 out here in the home half of the first.
I just love that swing from Noah Campbell, something that we didn't see from him through the first few weeks of this season. But since that time when he's settled down and realized it's okay to go up the middle, it's okay to go opposite field, doesn't need to just pull everything and smoke it, he's found a real nice home picking up singles early and often.
Speed on the pace paths for YD. It's Beasley at second, Campbell at first, and Andrew Dashbach, the four-man up. Here with one out. Bottom of the first pitch. Breaking ball, loops in for a called strike. Dash hitting .299 for the Red Sox. Cooled off a little bit in the beginning of the month, working his way back. Bergner sets at the chest. Now the 0-1. Swing and fouled back. 0-2 the count on Dash. 2 for 2 day on Wednesday for Andrew. With a single, a run scored double as well. Was hit by a pitch and a walk. Just about did it all without getting out at the plate. 2 men on for YD. Just an out. No score here between Chatham and the Red Sox. 0-2. Misses up and away.
It's crazy how many times Andrew gets hit by pitches. Almost maybe once a week. He's tops of the Cape in it. His stance, it's relatively close to that right line of the batter's box. Leans over the plate a little bit. I guess that helps it.
1-2 the count on Dash. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, right side. Simpson over to make the stop. Now 2-2 the count. Dash hit by league high 10 pitches. As you mentioned, I wouldn't even say he's really closer than anyone else, though, in the right side. 2-2. Swing and a grounder to the shortstop. Arenas flips to second for one, on to first in time. 6-4-3 the double play. YD strands a runner here in the first. No score. 2 hits, though, for the Red Sox. Getting to Bergner early. Chatham coming to plate top of the second. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the second, no score between Chatham and YD. These teams knotted up 2-2-1 so far this season. First meeting was a 1-1 tie, second game of the year here at Red Wilson. Got dark early as Colin Simpson, the lefty, steps in. Nick Quintana at third, well off the line. Everybody shifted around to their right. First pitch, misses upstairs.
It's crazy to think that was almost 2 months ago, getting close. A game that the Red Sox probably should have won with the bases juiced in the ninth.
Bat and winds 1-0. Clips the outside corner. An off-speed pitch in the count. A ball and a strike. No outs, top of the second. Simpson, 457 in his last 10. 1-1 misses low. He's also red hot. Batting average up to 259, was in the mid-180s. 2-1. Swing and tipped through the wickets of Kerner. Really turned things around here in the month of July.
Kind of similar to a guy like Nick Quintana that was struggling for the Red Sox the month of June, batting in the hundreds. Now in July up to 300. It's amazing what turning the calendar can do.
2-2, swung on and missed. Strikeout for Brady Batten, number 1 of the day, and number 1 for his time with the Red Sox.
Mostly been breaking balls that have been successful for Brady here. That one just drops right out of the zone, and Simpson swinging above of it.
Ben Ramirez up next, hitting .254. First pitch called a strike on the outer third, and off speed again from Brady Batten. 0-1. Swing and served out into left center field. Beasley is over into the alley. The left fielder makes the catch for out number 2. Batten really starting to settle in here in the second. Drew Mendoza, the former Red Sox player from the 2017 season, now plating for his first time this afternoon. No score between Chatham and YD here in the top of the second. Batten first base side of the rubber, winds in the first pitch. Misses up and in. The Red Sox defensively in the outfield from left to right. It's Brad Beasley, Zach Ashford, and Johnny DeLuca. The 1-0. Upstairs 2-0. The infield at third base, it's Nick Quintana. Christian Costas the shortstop. Noah Campbell plays second and Andrew Dashbach at first. Adam Kerner is catching today for YD. 2-0. Called a strike, 2-1.
I think it was just so big in that first inning for Brady to get out of it unscathed, get atoned a little bit to this field behind him, and get used to things.
2-1, misses well outside into the right-handed batter's box. 3-1 the count. Batten walked the first 2 batters he faced. The 3-1. On the outer third, called a strike, and it's 3-2 here on Mendoza. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Third walk of the day for Bratton. In just the top of the second inning, he's gotten through an inning in 2/3 thus far.
Well, as you said, Scott Pickler wasn't really sure what he was going to get from Brady. And honestly, 2, 3, 4 innings of decent baseball will do. Plenty of arms to be used in the pen.
First pitch to Ashton McGee, misses up around the eyes. For YD, the plan today is to go with the fresh arms. Michael James and Gordon Ingenbritsen. Up next for YD, the 1-0 misses up and away. It's 2-0. Mendoza leads off first. Not a ton of speed here with 2 outs, top of the second. Batten sets in the 2-0. Off speed over the heart of the plate, called a strike.
Interesting that Pickler decides to go with that sort of alignment in a big game. I mean, the Red Sox win this over Chatham. They got a good chance to lock up that 1 spot.
Here's the 2-1. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Throw down to second. In time, Mendoza caught stealing. Second runner today, retired by Adam Kerner. No runs, no hits. Because of the caught stealing, nobody left on base. Through an inning and a half, no score between Chatham and YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. No score between the Chatham Anglers and YD Red Sox as we head to the home half of the second. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray. It'll be Johnny DeLuca to lead things off for the Red Sox. And for YD, a different look tomorrow and Sunday. Scott Pickler, field manager for YD in his 21st season, will miss a pair of games. He's headed to Cooperstown, attending the Hall of Fame induction of one of his former players at Cypress, Trevor Hoffman. So it'll be a unique, a fun weekend for Pick. And we'll have a different look tomorrow with Roberto Mercado coaching third, Dan Jaffe and Drew Linder calling the pitches. All things that Pick does in a normal game. DeLuca, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. First pitch swinging. Flies it out of play left side.
Knowing Pick, though, have to think that he's going to be following along with both of those games very attentively in whichever way he can.
Bergner winds in the 0-1. Called a strike on the inside corner. You know, I've thought about this, and I just think he's going to be so busy. I don't know that he's going to be able to, and I think he's really going to want to take in everything this weekend. 0-2, waved at and missed. Past DeLuca. The first strikeout of the game for Bergner.
That's a nice put-out pitch from the righty, getting DeLuca to swing over that breaking ball. Just starts off at the knees and then falls down lower down the leg and couldn't get bat on ball.
Christian Koss up next. The shortstop for the Red Sox from UC Irvine. First pitch. Checks it up the first base side and foul. Touched there by Sable, so a strike. Pick really excited, and it's actually going to be his first visit to the Hall of Fame. Guy that's been around baseball his entire life, but has always been busy in the summers. And certainly when he heads back to school, he's got a lot on his plate coaching at Cypress. The 0-1. Called a strike on the inner third. Koss didn't love it. Now it's 0-2.
That should be a ton of fun for him. Going to Cooperstown for your first time. No matter how old you are, how many years you've been in baseball, that's always a treat.
0-2. Swing and a miss. 2 straight Ks for Austin Bergner. 2 outs here in the second.
Kind of an awkward hack from Christian. Just trying to fight off that fastball that was looking high and away. Maybe just to stay alive and be protective, but he couldn't get any piece of it.
That brings up Nick Quintana, hitting .375 in his last 5 games. Starting to heat things up. First pitch. Swings and lifts it down the right field line. Torkelson drifting right, and he drops it just inside the line. An E9 for Torkelson, who lackadaisically drifted over to the ball just inside the line on the right side. Tried to make that basket catch at the belt, and it popped out of the glove.
Well, he's wearing the shades, and he's fighting the sun a bit, but it looked like that ball was going to drop, if not right on the line, a little bit to the left of it. So that was a fair ball, and Torkelson just looked awkward from the start getting over there.
So with 2 away, Quintana aboard via the E9, and the 8-man race, Albert is up. Albert hitting .294 for the Red Sox from Florida State. The first pitch swung on, and this one driven to deep center field. Rave is back, settles under it, and makes the catch. But had to drift a little bit for the Red Sox. No runs, no hits, and because of the E9, one man is left on base. No score through 2 between Chatham and YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Brady Batten out for his third inning of work in the start for the Red Sox. His debut, no score between Chatham and YD. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray and the 8-man Ashton McGee up. He was at the plate when Drew Mendoza was caught stealing to end the second inning for Chatham. For Scott Pickler, off to Cooperstown tomorrow morning to make the 5-hour drive. The first pitch misses low. He'll also be joined by a longtime friend, Kenny Epstein, who coached with him from 2001 to 2011 at Cypress. Also rejoined for the 2013 season. 1-0 misses upstairs. Kenny also really looking forward to the trip. He's here today. First time back in about 10 years to the Cape, and he'll come back next weekend as well to take in some Cape Cod League baseball. 2-0 the count on the 8-man McGee. Here's the pitch. Called a strike. In this inning, he's not working from the windup with nobody on. Straight to the stretch for the Houston Baptist righty. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball dipping low. It's 2-2.
It's crazy to think with the amount of base runners that Batten has allowed with the walks, but still hasn't given up a hit to an Anglers batter.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Diving towards that outside corner. That's strikeout number 2 for Batten today in the first out here in the top of the third.
Very similar to how he got the lefty Colin Simpson. Breaking ball moving away from the batter, a little downwards motion, and it fooled McGee.
The 9-man Jorge Arenas, the shortstop, is up next with 1 out here in the third. No score between YD and Chatham. First pitch, swing and a routine grounder to the shortstop. Koss gobbles it up, throws on to first in time for out number 2.
And you say routine, and while, yes, that is the case now, it wasn't always the case for this Red Sox infield. They struggled mightily those first few weeks on just easy ground balls. And, just because we're not talking about the errors doesn't mean that we should applaud them for, making good, consistent plays, at least for the last few weeks, bringing them out of the basement in those defensive statistics.
They're still in 9th place with a .955 fielding percentage. Blake Sable, the lefty, 1-man up. Here with 2 outs, takes the first pitch. Called strike on the inner third. So they still have some work to do. But I think getting that defense sound and something to rely on is ultra important as we head to the playoffs. The 0-1. Dips low. It's 1-1.
It's just how many times in postseason baseball do you see an error play a factor, extend an inning, put up a runner on base that can prove costly.
Batten sets 1-1 is swung on off the hands on 2 hops to the shortstop Cost, who is right, throws to first in time. 1, 2, 3. Go the Anglers here in the top of the third. No score through 2.5. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. No score here in the bottom of the third inning between Chatham and YD. The 9-man Adam Kerner to lead things off against Austin Bergner. Red Sox with 2 hits, Chatham with none so far. Bergner from the windup. The righty delivers the first pitch. Called a strike on the outer third. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray. Dana have been together for 2 years now.
Yeah, man.
This Red Sox booth. Wind blowing out of left field. The 0-1 is swung on a ground ball straight to the third baseman Ramirez in a bit and throws across the horn in time for out number 1.
That's been great. It's crazy to think we're getting up probably towards close to 100 games together, right? High 80s, 90s.
Sounds about right to me.
Little postseason last year.
Yep. And we only have about 2 weeks left, period. If YD makes a run, which certainly looks like they're capable of doing. The one-man Zach Ashford steps in to the left side as the YD turns the order over. The first pitch swung on and missed. So let's hear something new about you.
Something new about me. My goodness. Something new, well, we've never been to Fenway together. That's kind of new. Maybe we should do that.
Sounds good. When are we going? The 0-1 misses upstairs.
Well, we've got an off day Monday, correct?
Correct.
And I did a little pregame scouting, if you will. Mm-hmm. And the Red Sox happen to be hosting the Philadelphia Phillies that night at Fenway.
I'll have to mull it over. Here's the 1-1 from Bergner. Swing and a liner into center field. Dunks ahead of Rave. Ashford aboard here, Justin out in the bottom of the third.
See, that's the great point about asking you questions on the air is it puts you on the spot. You can't dive away. You can't make up excuses because we've got evidence now.
We've got a great ball game ahead of us, but I guess I'm going to have to pull up tickets.
Phillies are doing well this year too, aren't they?
They are.
That could be a fun ball game. Could check and see if YD alum Chris Sale's pitching even.
Phillies lead the NL East. 2.5 games on the Braves. Believe it or not, the Phillies, everyone thought they'd have a down year. Brad Beasley, the 2-man up. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Throw down to second. That's in time. It was Simpson down to Bush, the second baseman, covering the bag. And Ashford caught stealing here for out number 2. Beasley swung and missed at a breaking ball. So it's an 0-1 count.
Both Kerner and Simpson having to rear back in this ballgame early on.
So Bergner back to the windup here with 2 away. The 0-1 swung on, and this one driven to right center field. Rave is back, and this one is off the fence. Beasley around second. He churns into second base, a 2-out double. And he's into scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
There's been a lot of fun storylines this summer for this Red Sox team, but maybe none more surprising than the coming out party for Brad Beasley, especially after that injury. Just no hesitation whatsoever from that first plate appearance that he got after the time off. He's just been absolutely on fire.
For the fan thinking at home, hey, if Ashford isn't caught stealing, this is a different inning. It certainly is, but that's just not Scott Pickler baseball. He lives and dies with the aggression. First pitch to Campbell, off speed, called a strike on the inner third. And I'd say more times than not, it pays off for Pick.
Mm-hmm. Because it's always easy to look back at the ones that didn't work.
That's exactly right. You don't really think twice about the ones that did. Bergner sets, kicks in the 0-1. Swing and a grounder, chopped foul right side, right under the bare hand of Dan Jaffe, the first base coach for YD. Kind of tried to ole that ball.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking like a windmill motion, try and show off for the fans, and honestly, he just came up empty.
Well, he works with the catchers, so maybe throw a chest protector on him and and the shin guards as well. Maybe blocks that ball with the chest. 0-2 on Campbell, runner at second for YD, 2 outs. The pitch. In the dirt, Simpson down to a knee to keep it in front.
You kind of got to go run and gun style when you're playing against a team and a manager like Tom Holliday that loves to steal, loves to play that style as well.
No score between Chatham and YD. 1-2. in tight. Fastball certainly got up quickly on Campbell, but it missed. Low below the knees and inside. So 2-2 the count with 2 outs. A runner on second here in the bottom of the third. YD trying to scratch across the first run of the game. Campbell from the left side. He singled to left. In his first at-bat, throw over to second, and that's off the glove of Arenas. Beasley to third base easily on the E1, and that's the second error of the game for Chatham.
Beasley took a late jump at going there, and if Rave had fielded that successfully, cleanly, not bobbled it, he might have had a play at third. Beasley was kind of indecisive.
Now Beasley stands at third with 2 outs and a 2-2 count on Campbell. The pitch. Swing and just foul tipped out of the glove of Simpson. Boy, Noah Campbell just got enough of that one. Chatham already with 2 errors here. 2-2. Spoiled foul left side. The count remains with 2 outs. Bottom of the third, no score. Brad Beasley stands at third after a 2-out double and the E1 from Bergner. Flag in left field blows out over the fence. It's Bergner, the 6'5 righty, sets in the 2-2. Inside, a breaking ball dropping to the dirt. Count runs full 3-2. Noah Campbell from South Carolina. Here in an all-star for YD. 0-1 in the 0-for-1 in the all-star game. That a 4-3 win for the West. Payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Runners on the corners for the Red Sox here with 2 away in the third.
Noah Campbell, another productive at-bat, taking pitches from Bergner. Especially, it'd be nice to just try and get this 1 run across, if not for the obvious score line, but also to give Brady Batten a little bit of an extra bump to let him know that the offense is backing him up, give him some run support.
2 on, 2 out for YD. No score between Chatham and YD. Home half of the third. Andrew Dashbach trying to change that tune, but he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the first inning with 2 men aboard. Dash the Stanford Cardinal, batting from the right side. Bergner now steps off. So taking a peek at tickets for Fenway on Monday. I think I'll take you up on it. Dash swings through the first pitch.
What are we looking at? What's the damage?
Not too bad. $30-$40. We can swing that, right?
I mean, they do pay us pretty well here at YD.
Do they?
Accommodate us well. We got a great view.
Can't complain about the view. 0-1 the count on Dashbach. Runners on the corners for the Red Sox with 2 outs. Bergner sets. Kicks with the 0-1. Swing, and this one driven to right center field. Rave to his left, and he makes the running catch to retire the Sox. They leave 2 on base here in the third inning after collecting 2 hits, but no runs come across. No score between Chatham and YD through 3 innings at the ballpark. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. John Rave to start out the top of the fourth for the Anglers. No score between Chatham and YD, and it's still Brady Batten making his debut for the Red Sox. First pitch to Rave. Breaking ball misses in. Batten has certainly settled in. Walked the first two batters he faced. Still hasn't allowed a hit. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the outer third.
I think it's pretty clear that the way all three of these innings have gone, he's just got more comfortable pretty much every single frame.
Rave, the two-man, bats from the left side. The 1-1. On the inner third, called a strike off speed. It's 1-2. Quintana, who was even with the bag, now backs off at third. Batten sets in the 1-2. Fouled back, another breaking ball. He's made the adjustment, a simple one at that, of eliminating the windup. All from the stretch from Brady Batten here in the fourth inning. Started in the third and paid off with a 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2. Swing and a soft grounder to Cossett short. Charges, throws on the run, not in time. An infield single, and you can't blame Christian Koss for that one. Speed of John Rave did the trick there on a ball that was in on the hands.
Nope, not at all, and it just died right on the grass, and Koss had to travel so far to get it that even though he played that perfectly, there was no chance.
Spencer Torkelson up next. Torque flew out to center field. Gave it a ride. Only 352 out to straightaway center. Batten sets just below the chest. Kicks with the first pitch. Off speed, misses low and away. Throughout Rave's collegiate career, 17 stolen bases, caught 7 times. That 2 seasons at Illinois State. Batten kicks the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Off speed yet again. That's been consistent with Spencer Torkelson at the plate.
That's how he struck out twice against the Red Sox pitching staff last week at Veterans Field, both breaking balls.
Rave off of first. Throw over. Back safely with a head-first dive. Some clouds above us at the ballpark, Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth, but plenty of sunshine here as we near 6 o'clock. Batten kicks in the 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball breaks away and upstairs. So 2-1 the count on Torkelson. Throw over to first. Rave again back safely. Torque with 6 home runs for Chatham. He's only played in 20 games. This is game 39 for the Anglers. Another throw over. Rave back safely. YD awfully worried about him at first, and doesn't really surprise you with how aggressive Tom Holliday is on the base paths. Batten sets at the belt. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a chopper foul third base side.
And they give Batten a lot of credit here. Both times that he's faced Torkelson, we've seen numerous times when pitchers will basically just give up against the righty power hitter and just throw away from him all outside or not challenge him at all. Batten, he's going pretty much right after him.
2-2 the count, no outs, top of the fourth. The pitch. Popped up the right side into shallow right field. Campbell is back. DeLuca coming in, calls him off and makes the catch. Torkelson now 0 for 2, and he's hit 2 balls a mile high in the air.
That just doesn't happen that often, that you see a player of his caliber pop out twice in a row. Some point, he's going to turn on it, figure out that swing a bit more, and you got to watch out for the confines here at Red Wilson.
Michael Bush up next with an out, and a man on first, that John Rave. First pitch upstairs. No score between Chatham and YD. The Anglers recording their first hit of the day. In this inning, Rave the infield single. YD has 4 hits. 1-0. Misses on the outer third. It's 2-0 on Michael Bush. Some stirring in the YD pen, but not a whole lot of action yet. Batten throws over. Rave back in safely yet again.
Just really trying to keep that runner out of scoring position. Rave with great stats, great speed. Surprised we haven't seen him at least try to go once.
The 2-0 runner goes. Pitch up high, throw down to second. In time. A nice grab from Christian Koss, who had to reach toward the first base side of the bag a bit. And in one foul swoop, caught and applied the tag. Third, caught stealing today for Adam Kerner. So now 2 outs here in the fourth. Nobody on. The 3-0 is a breaking ball that drops in for a strike to Michael Bush. 0 for 1 today. Flew out to left. Quick delivery from Brady Batten has certainly aided Adam Kerner at the plate, but his throws have been on point. 3-1. Misses up and away, ball 4. 4th walk of the day from Bratton.
Well, the difference for Adam Kerner behind the dish is all 3 of those throws down to Koss to get those runners just perfectly placed. He put it on the side of the bag where the runner was coming. It just makes it easier for Koss to catch that and not have to move too far.
Colin Simpson is up with 2 outs, a man aboard here in the fourth. First pitch swinging, chops it on a hop to Dash, who reached up and to his right. Will take it to the bag himself, and it's been strong defense from the Red Sox here through 3.5. No score between Chatham and YD. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Still no score at Red Wilson Field as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Chatham and YD doing battle for the last time in the regular season. Johnny DeLuca to lead things off, struck out swinging. His first at-bat against Austin Bergner. Both pitchers seeing success. YD with 4 hits, though, against Bergner. First pitch. Called a strike on the inside corner. YD threatened both in the first and third innings. Haven't been able to score a run. The 0-1. Swing and a miss off the glove of Simpson. It's quickly 0-2. Bergner has been selective in using the fastball, but when he uses it, gets up on hitters quickly. It's 0-2 on DeLuca. Bergner nods yes. Now into the wind. The righty with the pitch. In tight. DeLuca jackknifes out of the way.
Came very close to touching the pants there of Johnny. Almost clipped him, trying to establish the plate with a command pitch. That ran pretty close.
1-2, the pitch. Misses up and away. DeLuca thought about it, but held the hands. So it's now 2-2 on the leadoff man, DeLuca, here in the home half of the fourth. No score, the pitch. Swing, and this one driven in the air, but foul on the right side. Bergner is over. Everybody looking around, and no one called it. It drops. Simpson, the catcher, came in, as did Sable, and the pitcher, Bergner. All three converged. Nobody wanted to make the call.
Those are just the funniest plays in baseball. When you see 3 or 4 guys all around the general area where they think it's going to drop, and it can be dangerous, too. I think some of them either lost it in the sun, but nevertheless, new life for Johnny. Try and make this Anglers defense pay for giving him a second chance.
Well, did you see the video of your Red Sox first baseman, Stephen Pierce?
Yeah, not great. Not great.
2-2 the count. We'll get to that one in a moment. Bergner winds and the pitch. In tight and in the dirt. 3-2. Pierce against the Orioles at Camden Yards into foul territory. And I think for maybe the first time in the history of baseball, a fan yelling that he had it, it worked. 3-2. Swing, and that one off the foot of Bergner to the shortstop. Arenas throws to first, not in time. An infield single right back up the middle, hit what looked like the left heel of Bergner, kicked right to the shortstop Arenas. But the throw wasn't in time.
It was a nice job from Arenas to adjust quickly because he's moving to his left because he thinks it's going up the middle. And he has to jolt back to his right to even field that baseball, and somehow got it over to first.
Leadoff man aboard for the Red Sox. First time today for YD. Still no score between Chatham and YD. It's the Red Sox 5th hit of the game. Now Christian Koss is up. He struck out swinging in the first at-bat as Bergner goes to the stretch. Third base side of the rubber. First pitch. Swing, and this one in the air, but right at the right fielder, Spencer Torkelson, in a bit, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Nick Quintana up with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. For Quintana, family in attendance here. They've been in Yarmouth for the past couple days. Also, one of his hitting coaches from Las Vegas, where Nick grew up, Al Ramirez, is here. And also a connection to Dan Jaffe, who grew up in Vegas as well. Bergner sets the first pitch. Breaks off the outer third of the plate, misses. Jaffe also grew up working with Ramirez, and he owns a batting cage there, so would work with him often, was a coach for Dan as well. Both excited that he's in attendance. DeLuca off of first. Bergner throws over. Johnny back in safely.
They picked a good week to come see Nick. My goodness, he's just been on an absolute tear. Maybe he's just trying to put on a show for the family, but even if that's the case, it's working well. He's as hot as ever.
Hitting .314 in the month of July. Another throw over to first. He's elevated the batting average to .258. Also, all 4 of his home runs have come this month. Bergner sets, now steps off. 1-0 count on Nick Quintana. 1 out, bottom of the 4th, no score. Bergner kicks in the pitch. Fastball misses just a hair off the plate outside. Trees in center field sway with the breeze. Flag swirling a bit, now blows out over the fence. The 2-0 swing and a liner right into the glove of Bergner. Throws over to first, and a look what I found double play. Smacked right into the glove. It's a 1-0 1-3 to retire the side here in the fourth. No runs on a hit. No men left on base. Still no score between Chatham and YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. No score at the top of the fifth between Chatham and YD. The six-man, Ben Ramirez to lead off the inning as Batten works from the stretch and sends a breaking ball past to swinging Ramirez for strike number one. Brady's really settled in, and although he has allowed 4 walks, he's only allowed a hit. The 0-1. That just misses off the plate. 1-1.
Even that lone hit was just a little dribbler in the infield grass.
Here's the 1-1. Misses on the outer third. 2-1 the count. Quintana at third, even with the bag. At the start of the cutout, nearest short. Batten set to the belt, the 2-1. Swing and right back off the foot of Batten. Cost, the shortstop is there, throws on to first in time. Worked out a little better for the YD defense than it did Chatham defense in the last half inning at a similar ball. This one, just a slight change of path to Cost, who was already moving left. In the last half inning, the ball totally changed directions on Jorge Arenas, the shortstop.
Give Cost credit. Didn't panic. Just continued to follow the baseball right into his glove.
1-6-3, the first out here in the top of the fifth. And the 7-man Drew Mendoza steps into the left side. Here's the first pitch. Misses up and away for Scott Pickler. This is to be the best case scenario. You can't have expected anything more out of Brady Batten from Houston Baptist, the righty. 1-0. Swing, and this one driven out to right field. No doubt about it. The solo home run for Drew Mendoza. And on just the second hit of the game, a 1-0 lead for Chatham here in the fifth.
Mendoza doing what he's known for, turning on baseballs and driving them far and deep. Did it to the Red Sox back at Veterans earlier on in the month. Just no question about it. That's just a costly mistake from Batten, who had just been cruising up until that point.
So the Anglers break through. Mendoza with his second home run of the season as the first pitch to McGee misses outside. Both of them have come against the Red Sox. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses outside. It's been a tight zone today from David Chatham behind the plate. Now Adam Kerner out for a mound meeting. A lefty warming in the Red Sox bullpen. That Michael James from Hofstra. And here comes Pick out of the third base side dugout. That might be it, and it is as he signals toward the bullpen. But Brady Batten with a terrific outing goes 4 1/3, gives up just 2 hits, won a big fly to Drew Mendoza. 1-0. Chatham the lead here in the top of the 5th inning as we head to break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. With 1 out in the top of the 5th inning, Chatham at the plate, the new pitcher for the Red Sox, also making his debut from Hofstra, the left-hander Michael James at 6-1. He faces Ashton McGee, already a 2-0 count. 1-0 Chatham leads YD thanks to the Drew Mendoza solo home run. 2-0. Misses in the dirt. Funky delivery from James, the high leg kick. But ton of success with the Pride in the 2018 spring season. 17 appearances, a 2.61 ERA for the lefty. He sets third base side, 3-1. Called a strike on the outside corner. James, the 3-1 delivery, clips the outside corner again. 3-2 now on the 8-man Ashton McGee. The payoff pitch. Swing and grounded foul right side for Hofstra. Some of their pitchers in minor league ball. 2 former Red Sox pitchers as well with some success. Teddy Sillis with the Burlington Royals, 13 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, just 2 earned runs. For John Rooney, who played with YD last season, the Dodgers organization's payoff pitch misses in the dirt. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs. In the Arizona League for Rooney, who was just drafted. So McGee walks. That walk should go to the line of Brady Batten. Now Arenas up with Justin out in the top of the 5th inning. A run already crossed for Chatham as they hold the 1-0 lead. First pitch. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. He did not go around, says John Putala at first.
Rooney was great last year for the Red Sox. A consistent starter, gave you solid innings, nothing crazy or overpowering, but that's awesome to hear that he's having some good success in the pros.
When he reached, chances are he'd pick you off.
Yeah.
1-0. Swing and a liner into left field over the head of Quintana at third. McGee stops at second, and it's Arenas at first with 1 out in the top of the 5th.
I mean, there were games when it almost seemed like he would intentionally walk a guy or leave one over the plate so he could single it, just so he could show you how easily he could pick you off. That deceiving lefty delivery, it probably happened at least a handful of times every single start that he had.
Blake Sable now up, and it'll actually be a pinch hitter for Chatham. Tristan English up for Chatham in the top of the 5th inning. Just a 1-0 lead, but the Anglers threaten with just an out. Tristan English hitting .289, adds 5 home runs as well, and 18 RBI. He bats for Blake Sable. James the lefty sets. Runners on first and second, just it out in the 5th. Pitch, swing, and a miss on a breaking ball low. 0-1, James out ahead.
English had that huge homer against the Red Sox just about 10 days ago at Veterans Field. That towering 3-run shot that just barely stayed fair.
Just inside the left field line. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Off speed on the outer third. James in the driver's seat here, 0-2 with 1 out, top of the 5th. James holds the ball behind his back. Now the lefty from Hofstra sets at the chest. Peeks at second, kicks with the 0-2. Up and away, a waste pitch fastball. The fastball from James isn't going to blow you away. He really relies on the secondary pitches. The breaking ball's what's going to get you. 2 men aboard. Justin out, top of the 5th, already run across. The 1-2 is swung on and lifted to right field toward the line that dunks in ahead of DeLuca. Everybody advances 90 feet and the base is loaded. Now for the Anglers, Justin out in the top of the 5th.
Tough break there for Michael James. That was a great pitch on English, jamming him in on the hands and just enough power, just raw strength from Tristan to get that one into the outfield and fall in.
Now John Rave is up. The infield single is the first hit of the game for Chatham back in the 4th inning, but the Anglers with 3 hits this inning. Bases juice, Justin out. 1-0 the lead for Chatham. First pitch to the lefty. Swing and a miss. Off speed low. James set. Bases full of Anglers. Kicks with the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Ball breaking down in the dirt. The outer third of the plate. It's now 0-2.
Great little bite to the end of that pitch. One he threw back-to-back times here on Rave. I don't see why not. You just go with it right again. See if you can get him to chase.
Bases loaded. 0-2 with Justin out. James kicks, and the 0-2 misses outside. Back throw over to third base. They got him. Ashton McGee caught too far off of third, And another terrific defensive play from Adam Kerner. He's been on his game behind the plate tonight.
And you could just tell right when that pitch was crossing home plate, there was no doubt in Kerner's mind what he was doing with that. They'd been watching McGee throughout this entire bat, seeing the lead he got. And they made him pay, boy.
Now 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Runners at first and second, 1-2. In the dirt, blocked by Kerner into the lefty's batter's box. Rave moves out of the way, nothing doing. Count even 2-2. What a play by Adam Kerner. The fourth runner he's caught leaning tonight. He's thrown out 3, caught stealing. A caught stealing pickoff with a back throw to third. 2-2 the count, 2 men aboard for the Anglers. 2 outs top of the fifth, the run across. James sets at the chest, kicks in the 2-2. In the dirt, it's 3-2 on John Rave. 1 for 1 with the infield single. First hit of the day for Chatham. He also walked in the first inning. Wind blowing hard directly out over the left field wall. James with the payoff pitch. Runners go. This one in the air. Foul territory, right side. Dash giving chase, and a young fan also came out in foul territory. That one falls.
He's got to be careful because that line is the out-of-play line. If a fan crosses there, that's interfering with play, and Dashbach had to slow up a bit.
Don't think he was going to get to that ball. Still could have been interesting. So the count remains 3-2. John Rave probably broke the bat here as he's getting a new piece of lumber. Has to put some pine tar on it. But can't understate the play by Adam Kerner to catch Ashton McGee leaning off of third. Justed out and the bases loaded in the top of the fifth. That out number 2. And I think it's allowed Michael James to take a bit of a deep breath, sigh of relief. So now the count full, 3-2. With 2 outs, 2 men aboard in the top of the fifth. John Rave, the lefty, is up. Runners will go on the pitch. Payoff swing and a slow chopper up the first base side. James fields, bare hands, flips to Dash out of his glove. 1 run scores. And Noah Campbell retrieves it, now applies the tag. Rave is safe, did make a turn towards second. They're going to score that a hit. I agree, it was an awfully tough play for James coming off the mound to the first base side. Bare hand flip, all in one motion. And Dash couldn't hang on, having to reach up for that one. So now runners on the corners and a 2-0 lead for the Anglers here, 2 outs top of the fifth.
Because it was 2 away, payoff pitch, you had Arenas going right off of contact, and he could score on a ground ball all the way from second base.
So an infield single for Rave. The run scores via the E1. Pitch to the 3-man Spencer Torkelson, misses inside. Blake Sable is over at third base. Jorge Arenas, who scored. The 1-0, now James throws over to first. Back safely for Rave. And actually Tristan English at third base. He pinch hit for Blake Sable to here in the fifth inning. James sets, peeks at first, now kicks in the 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0 the count on the ever-dangerous Spencer Torkelson. He's 0 for 2 today. And has popped 2 balls high in the air, about as high as you can hit them. So YD with their first error of the game in this fifth inning. Throw over to first, but Rave back safely.
You got to be careful, especially with Torkelson. 0 for 2, just kind of have that feeling that he's due to maybe drive something into a gap.
James sets at the chest, kicks with the 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0 the count. And at this point, be surprised if James brings anything near the zone. Spencer Torkelson.
Just walk him. just totally walk him, especially on 3-0. There's a very good chance a power hitter like this could have the green light.
Runners on the corners. 2 outs, top of the 5th, the 2-0 lead for Chatham. The 3-0 is swung on and fouled left side. It's a breaking ball in the top of the zone. Have to be careful with that pitch. Boy, if you leave that hanging, ball is on its way. Three and 1 the count here on Torque. James sets. Kicks with the pitch. Swing and another ball driven high in the air but not very, very far. Shallow left center field. The shortstop costs back. Makes the catch to retire the side. The Anglers score 2 to take the lead in the top of the 5th. 2-0. Chatham over YD. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Austin Bergner completes his warm-up tosses as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning at Red Wilson Field. Now a 2-0 lead for Chatham over the Red Sox. 2 runs put up in the visiting half of the frame off of Batten and James. Solo homer from Mendoza. And Arenas coming around to score on an infield single has put the score line at 2-0. Albert, Kerner, and Ashford expected here in the bottom of the 5th. Against the righty Bergner into the windup. The first pitch, fastball swung on and foul tipped back to the on-deck circle. Bergner's been efficient. Just 51 pitches through 4 innings. That number 52. The 0-1 to Albert. Cut on and miss. Breaking ball dives low, and it's 0-2. Top 2 teams in the East battling it out. 10 points separating. An important contest today. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs. 1-2 count. No outs in the bottom of the 5th and no one on base. Win today for the Red Sox would put them 12 points up and would make it very, very difficult for any other scenario than first place for the Red Sox. 1-2 to Albert. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Breaking ball falls low. And Albert swings above it. Make it the 3rd strikeout for Bergner, and there's 1 away.
Well, YD has gotten 5 solid hits off of him. There are some batters where he has just looked so hard to touch. Then the next, it's just been inconsistent so far today from Bergner.
Adam Kerner at the plate. First pitch. Fastball taken down the middle. And if the Red Sox did win today, that would mean the Anglers would have to be victorious for the rest of the season. Red Sox lose every game. And then some serious run differential changes as well. 0-1 to Kerner. Curveball stays high. Entering today, the Red Sox with a Cape League second best 38 run differential. Chatham just with 1. So, I mean, you do the math. It would be almost near impossible if the Red Sox could take it today. 1-1, another off speed. Also hangs high. 2 balls and a strike. One out in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-0 lead for Chatham. Red Sox hoping to respond here in the home half. Set from Bergner. Fires a fastball upstairs. 3-1 count on Kerner, who's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the third baseman, Ben Ramirez, to begin the 3rd inning. Getting his second look at the righty from UNC, making start number 4. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Cut on and hit foul up out into the bleachers. Full count here on Kerner. Just 6 games remaining. Three-two count on Kerner. 1 away. The pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Back-to-back Ks for the righty. Bergner picks up 4. And there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th.
For Austin, Bergner hasn't gone short of 5 innings throughout his 3 starts. Not expecting anything different here.
Tom Holliday likes to use 2 starters, but with Bergner, there's an exception. He pitches deep into ball games. 2 away for Ashford. Initial offering is laced right at the first baseman, Tristan English now making that snag to retire the side. So 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. 2 strikeouts for Bergner as we go to the top of the 6th. 2-0 lead for Chatham. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. We're through 5 full innings at Red Wilson Field. 2-zip lead for the visiting Chatham Anglers. Heart of the order due up. Bush, Simpson, and Ramirez to face Michael James. He went out to complete the 4th inning. Now he's rolling here, the lefty from Hofstra, facing the second baseman today for Chatham. Lefty on lefty matchup to begin the 6th. The pitch. Fastball runs in and plunks Bush right on the back. Painful way to take it, but a base runner there for the Anglers. Easy enough. Bush is on first. Colin Simpson now due up with 1 on, no out. 0 for 2 day. Struck out swinging that against Brady Batten. Just 1 of 2 Ks that the righty from Houston Baptist picked up in his Red Sox debut. James making his as well. Simpson, the left-handed hitter from Oklahoma State. First pitch. Off speed and dips low. 1-0 count on the 5-hitter. Batting .259. 3 big home runs as well. No outs, a runner on. James's next offering hit hard but foul past the first base coach for the Anglers. A ball and a strike. Game number 39 for both of these squads. Sure seems like the Red Sox are well on their way to sealing up that first place spot. Victory today would almost put it in pen. 1-1 pitch to Simpson. Fastball bounces in the dirt. Kerner goes to retrieve and no throw to be made. Advancing up a bag goes Bush. Runner in scoring position now. I mean, thinking how good that Kerner has been all afternoon. 3 times he's thrown out a Chatham runner trying to swipe second. And then just in the last inning, the throw down to third that caught McGee. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Simpson. Off speed and on the inner third. Called strike to even the count up. It was bases loaded with 1 out. McGee just took a step too far off of the third base bag, and Kerner, he just made no mistake. Out of the crouch, onto the feet, and fired a dart to Quintana to pick off that lead runner. No outs. Off of second is Bush. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up high over the backstop. Count stays at 2-2. No outs, 2-2 count. Michael James, the lefty from Hofstra, working against the catcher. Glance back at second, and the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. First K for Michael James in his YD debut. He makes Simpson look foolish, digging for that low in the dirt, and there's 1 away. Bring up Ben Ramirez, 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out. Bush still on second. He was hit by a pitch to begin the 6th inning. Then advanced on a ball that got away from Kerner. So 1 away now in the top of the 6th. Lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch, off speed, went around, says the home plate umpire David Chiasson, and there's a strike to the count on Ramirez. USC kid batting .254. With 11 runs batted in. Number 12 out there on the base paths in Bush. 0-1. Another cut on and miss. And this off-speed stuff from James has been showcased well so far in the 6th. Getting a lot of Chatham batters to swing and miss. A lot of motion moving away. 0-2 count, the driver's seat for James. The set and the fire. Trying to check his swing is Ramirez. They'll appeal over to the umpire. Then Al Liberdoni. And he says strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Michael James. Both swinging, Simpson and Ramirez, on similar curveballs that fall right out of the zone. Runner on second, 2 outs in the 6th inning, 2-0 ball game. And the man that started the scoring, digging in. An absolute moonshot by Drew Mendoza in the top of the 5th. And they're going to intentionally walk him. Kerner up out of the crouch, holding out the hand. Ball 1 to Mendoza, who hit an estimated 430-foot home run back in the 5th inning. That lofted out all the way over by the houses that are past the right field fence. Exclamation point, Mendoza's second homer of the season, second against the Red Sox, and it's a 3-0 count. Ashton McGee in the on-deck circle, looking on and hoping that he can make the Red Sox coaching staff pay for this decision as Mendoza is officially walked. Make it the 6th given up by the Red Sox pitching staff today. And there's now 2 aboard, and Ashton McGee coming up. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And it looks like there'll actually be a pinch hitter for Chatham It's Adam Fogel from Hawaii. Very tall, lanky hitter, batting just 196 so far this season. Only appeared in 23 games, making plate appearance number 52. He's got 10 hits and 2 RBIs. He'll dig into the righty box. Bush hit by a pitch to begin the inning. Now standing at second base. Mendoza over at first. He was intentionally walked. 2 strikeouts sandwiched in between of Simpson and Ramirez, and now James to work out of a jam in a 2-0 ball game. Lefty from Hofstra setting at the chest, glances at second, and deals. Breaking ball bounces on home plate. Kerner to block it and keep it in front of him. Meeting 6 of 6 in the regular season between these two clubs, though the top 2 teams in the East. If I was a betting man, good chance that these two could meet up sometime in August for a playoff series. 1-0, curveball drops low out of the zone, 2-0. Fogel replacing Ashton McGee, who ends his day 0 for 1. A strikeout and a walk. Also was picked off by Kerner. Runners takes their leads, and the 2-0 pitch. Fastball pounded in there, but misses low. 3-0 count on Adam Fogel. Hit .296 for Hawaii this past season, including 8 homers, still looking for his first Cape one this summer. 3-0 pitch from James. That's a strike right down the middle. 3-ball, 1 strike count on Fogel. 2 aboard and 2 outs. James looking in for the signs from Kerner. Gets the one he likes. Into the motions and deals. Fastball inside. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks given up by the Red Sox pitching staff and Michael James. Intentionally Mendoza now gives up the walk to Fogel. And that'll bring Scott Pickler out of the dugout to make a change. He's going to the bullpen once again. We'll get you all the details you need on the other side of the break. You're listening to Windy Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 6th inning continuing. Bottom of the order due up in Jorge Arenas to face a new pitcher for the Red Sox. It's Gordon Ingebrigtsen. Right-handed hurler making his Red Sox debut, following up debuts from Batten and James. 5'11", 185 on the bump. Just finished up his freshman season at Pasadena City College, where he had 14 appearances. First pitch, off speed and away. The bases juice for Chatham, already leading 2-0 in the top of the sixth. 2 outs. It's Adam Fogel on first base. Drew Mendoza now at second. And over at third is Michael Bush. The 1-0 offering. That a called strike at the knees. 1-1. And obviously you can see the delivery coming from Ingebrigtsen. Not the tallest figure out there, but he gets really low when delivering the baseball home. Puts his left foot in front of the other. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and miss. Almost seems like that baseball is rising towards Arenas. Gordon trying to minimize the damage. No runs so far here in the sixth inning. Chatham picked up 2 back in the fifth, but they got the bases juiced. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gordon Ingebrigtsen comes in and gets Jorge Arenas to strike out on 4 pitches, and we're through 6. Going to the bottom half, 2-0 lead for Chatham Anglers over the YD Red Sox. We'll come back with a very special guest on the other side of the break. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be back in a jiff. On to the home half of the sixth inning at Red Wilson Field. 2-0 lead for the visiting Chatham Anglers over the Red Sox. It'll be Beasley Campbell due up along with Dashbach to face Austin Bergner, who's still out in the bump. Dana Gray now joined alongside by a very special guest, Brady McNeil. And for those of you who don't know him, well, you're missing out. Red Sox superfan that's been with the team throughout this entire summer. Brady, thanks so much for coming up here.
You're welcome, guys. It's been so cool to be out here, and I've been so been liking these teams, and
oops is right. Beasley got hit with that pitch. What do you think of Brad? He's been swinging a hot bat lately.
Yeah, Brad has been doing pretty good tonight, and hopefully we can get that spot out here and hit a home run.
That's the hitter I think we want to see for sure. Though the guy at the plate, Campbell, he's been having a pretty good season too. So, Brady, tell the parents at home, because these are all people that are listening that have sent their sons to Cape Cod to hang out with you. What do you get to do with this team on a daily basis? Kind of what's like your routine when you get to the ballpark and everything?
Well, my thing is like warm up with the team and do all that stuff and do the team huddle and do the umps meeting and do all that stuff and hopefully we can make it happen tonight, because the payoffs are coming tonight, and
you bet they are.
And we need a win and yeah.
Especially against a Chatham team that's been playing really good too. So 2 very good teams. 2-0 lead for Chatham, but Brady, we saw a Red Sox pitcher make his debut earlier today. his name was Brady Batten. Is there going to be some sort of rivalry between you two? Is there room enough for two Bradys in the Red Sox dugout?
I'm not sure because it is like kind of interesting when I see Brady the pitcher for the Red Sox and Brady the player for the Red Sox.
Though I think you guys are both doing pretty well. Batten going into the 5th inning, and you, the record when you're actually at this ball field, 12-3 as Campbell sends it out, and it drops in. Back-to-back base runners for the Red Sox. Brady, we should have brought you up in the 2nd inning. Red Sox couldn't buy base runners, and now we have 2. So I think you might be a good luck charm. And, well, you want to tell the fans who's coming up to plate?
Yes.
And who is that?
So, batting right now for the Red Sox is Andrew Dashbach.
Andrew Dashbach. One of the better hitters, right? You think?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't just, hit a lot. He sends them out of here. And he's got a good chance to do it here, and it would be big. Beasley hit by a pitch. Campbell now on first base. Bergner trying to work out of trouble with no outs. Dash swings at the first pitch. He also seems like he's just a really nice guy, too. Right?
Yeah. Because who's that guy on?
On second base?
Yeah.
That's Beasley, yeah.
Beasley.
But Dash just an all-around good guy. So, Brady, you're 12-3 when you come to Red Sox games. And you mentioned that you do some pregame speeches for the team.
Yes.
Can you give the fans at home a little taste, or maybe even do a practice one of the kind of things that you say to get the guys jacked up? Let's hear it.
So the speech I give to the team tonight is I say make sure you win tonight. If you don't win, we have to do another game tonight. Then win tonight. Then it's not good when they lose because they've been doing so good this season, and that's and Zubio and Sam been doing good too.
Sam Kessler?
Yes.
Is he one of your favorite pitchers?
Yes.
What do you like about him? What do you like that he does?
I like when me and him we go down the bullpen and warm up and me and Dash and does and everything we do, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty good night.
I think so, too, and especially if the luck continues. Now we got DeLuca at the plate, and we got to do a little interview with you a couple days ago after the ball game, and you were listing off some of your favorite players, and you listed Johnny. He a good friend of yours?
Yeah, Johnny, yeah, pretty much, and I just thank you for coming out tonight, and it's been so good for you guys coming out tonight and making these Red Sox play good and hit a lot of home runs and do better enough. And I've been so happy for these teams because they've been doing so good and
I mean, life is good when you're in first place, right?
Yeah.
Red Sox could lock up that top spot with a win today as DeLuca will take low. So a 1-1 count with one away. Beasley on second, Campbell on first. Red Sox losing right now 2-0. We've got Brady on the broadcast with us. It's about time, too. This is game 39. Can you imagine that? It just seems like this summer's flown by. Going by real quickly.
Yeah, all these fans are sitting down, and
Oh, it's caught. Bummer. Hey, we still got one more chance, though. Oh, and it's a good guy coming up to the plate, too. You see? Looks like Christian Koss. He's got a flair for some timely hitting.
Christian Koss is up for the Red Sox. The first time batting at the Sox.
And he'll dig in. 2 outs, 2 aboard. Brady, we need something good here. Red Sox are losing right now, 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
Come on, Koss.
Set from Bergner, and he deals. Strike to start off Christian. What do you like about Koss? Just a nice guy to have around in the dugout?
Yeah, it's a nice guy to have around, and I've been like all these bullpen guys are like
They're kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, and they've been crazy till I got back, and
It's a good crazy though, right?
yeah, and I've been like just loving these teams, and I know these umps and the teams knows how do they do the baseballs.
Koss takes outside 1-1. So you were mentioning that part of your daily routine, you go out and you hand in the lineup card with pick.
Yes.
What's that you're carrying always that you keep the cards in?
Oh, that's my Red Sox lunchbox.
Your Red Sox lunchbox. So you're a Boston Red Sox fan too, I would presume?
Yes.
All right, that's good to hear. Me too. Koss bounced this one over the head of Bergner. He clubs it.
Good.
Just couldn't beat it out. So the Red Sox go down. But while we've got you here, you like Boston Red Sox, obviously?
Yes.
Who are your favorite players up there at the team at Fenway?
Mookie Betts, Danny Martinez, Poppy Buds.
It seems like you like the home run hitters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can't believe Poppy is making more money, and hopefully we can get Otis' team get to win tonight. And I was thanking all these parents coming out tonight, and it's been so good for these teams. Hopefully we can get a home run or not.
Still a lot of baseball left, Brady. We got 3 more innings to go. Red Sox trailing by 2. But was that you wanted to thank the parents a little bit for sending their kids out there? That's great to hear, and we know that they all appreciate you keeping them company down here. They need a little life. Sometimes just playing baseball can get tiring. Somebody to keep them loose down there. I'm sure they really appreciate that. And we thank you, Brady, for coming on the broadcast with us. This was a ton of fun. You want to do it again? Some other time, maybe?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Great. Well, thanks, Brady. Hopefully we can get a home run at some point. Go will them a little bit. Get under their fire. Get some encouragement for them, all right?
Yeah, we need a right just get guy out and just get change of the soul, and we need a win.
We do need to. Brady, do you want to stick around for the next half inning? Yeah, you want to? All right, well then let's do it. Top of the 7th, 2-0 lead for the Red Sox. It's Tristan English, John Rave, Spencer Torkelson facing the new pitcher in Gordon Ingebrigtsen. I mean, Brady, look at the way this guy throws the baseball. How bizarre is this?
Well, I'm just saying that.
Oh well, you gotta put the hat back on. That's the Whitey hat that all the players wear, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying that. Just we need a. It's not fun when these teams don't win, but we need to win. We have to.
Well, Brady, I mean, losing's a part of the game, right? It happens.
Yeah, it happens, but
It has to happen because if you didn't lose sometimes, it wouldn't make winning as fun, right? And we all know that what really matters is coming up, the playoffs. Are you going to be sticking around here at Red Wilson for the playoffs?
Actually, my grandmas are going to be here, so I'm going to be here.
So you'll be here?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay, that's big. Because, I mean, it's clear that you're a good luck charm. Only 3 losses. You've got to see mostly winning, right?
Yeah, because it's been so good because, somebody told me that you want to go up to the booth and do an interview. And
oh, yeah.
Sure.
And let me tell you, Brady, I remember the first time that I got on air, as they call it, I guess, on the broadcast, and I was so nervous, man. I was biting my nails. I was sweating. It was ugly. It was a bad scene. You're handling it like a champ. You seem very calm and collected. Have you done stuff like this before? I mean, you seem like a pro.
No, I haven't done none of this before because that guy Feldo is pitching right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can swipe that guy out and get the Red Sox winning. Oh God! Oh my God!
Popped it up. Oh, there goes Beasley coming across.
Come on,
is
Beatles.
Ashford, and he made the catch. That's a big out. There you go, 2 away. And now look out for this guy, though, Spencer Torkelson. I mean, you were saying you like home runs, right?
Yes.
This dude hits them crazy far. And he's not a guy you want to mess with. Brady, 2 outs now in the 7th. Have you had a favorite moment so far this summer? Like a big win that you remember or a big home run that just really stands out to you?
Well, I remember a big win when we.
I think it's foul. We're okay.
So yeah, I've been like the last win we won against the Firebolts, and where was it?
Here, right?
No.
Oh, 2 days ago? Yeah, that was a good one. The 8-4 win. What do you think about? Did you see Zach's homer? Oh man.
Zach does good. Sam does. Every single team that's so good. And thank you for coming out to Red Wilson Field tonight. And it's been so good tonight. And I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And it's been so good.
Well, Brady, you mentioned that you love to thank the fans for coming out. And it's big to get some support. Do you think that the players play better when they get big crowds here at Red Wilson?
Yeah, because the last 3 games at Red Wilson Field tonight,
Yeah.
we've been winning so good, and hopefully we win on the payoffs, and hopefully we.
Uh-oh. This one drilled out to deep left center field. Beasley going back, looking up. Oh, and it's gone. 2-run homer, but it's for the bad guys. Chatham takes a 4-0 lead on Michael Bush's 5th homer of the summer. Scores Torkelson. It's now 4-0 Chatham, but still a lot of time, Brady. Don't freak out yet. We got plenty of chances, lots of good hitters coming up. And I want to ask you just one last thing. Is there any player on this team that you think could maybe play for the Boston Red Sox one day? Or a lot of them that you think?
Well, sometimes I do want to set some wide deals
Yeah.
to the Boston Red Sox because we need to get
You want to keep them, right?
Yeah, keep them in. We need to keep winning every day and every night.
Every day, every night, no rest.
No one.
So, Brady, how old are you?
7.
You're 7? Dude, you are incredibly well-spoken for a 7-year-old. I think when I was 7, I was maybe just learning to say, you've been doling out some crazy words. That's pretty impressive. You're a smart kid.
Yep.
Do you what do you like in school? What's your favorite subject to study?
Well, no more. I don't know about hitting bats and yeah.
You like the baseball science of it.
Yeah, and
Popped up well out of play. Couple of fans going for the foul ball. Have you ever gone in one of those races for a foul ball?
no.
Yeah, you steer clear of that. I mean, you have the better seat anyways. You get to hang out in the dugout. Everyone's jealous of you. 0-2 pitch just upstairs. 4-0 lead for Chatham with 2 away. Brady here with us in the booth. I think you might have a career in this, Brady. Would you like to maybe talk about sports for a living? It's not half bad. I mean, you get to watch baseball and pretend that you're actually working. It's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, I've been all these parents and my grandma was right there by
the stands down there?
Yeah, by the dugout.
Yep.
And she comes some of the games and she's
And you come with your dad though mostly too, right?
Yes.
So he likes baseball?
Yes.
Is he the one that kind of got you into baseball, told you about it? That's pretty cool.
And hopefully we can hit a home run, but
Hey, but we got the strikeout, right? 3rd out of the inning, going to the bottom of the 7th, 4-0 lead for Chatham. Brady, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Put it here. That was awesome. I think you got a very, very long career in baseball broadcasting if you want it. And if that doesn't work out, YD, good luck. Charm's been good. So thanks, Brady. Appreciate it.
welcome.
Back here for the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-0 lead for Chatham. Dana Gray with you at Red Wilson. So much fun to have Brady on the broadcast with us. We hope you guys liked it too. I'm sure some of the parents listening have heard a thing or two about how awesome of a kid Brady is. 7 years old, though. If you were just listening, just to the vocabulary of this guy, you'd think he's maybe something high schooler or more. He's a great kid, great heart, and he's become friends with a lot of these Red Sox players pretty quickly. First pitch to Quintana is cut on and miss. This coming from the new pitcher, Reeves Martin. Righty thrower, 5'8", 180 from the University of New Orleans. Going into his junior year. Native of Tampa, Florida, making his first appearance for the Anglers. Next offering on the outer third for a strike against Quintana. He's 0-2 now in the count. Quintana, Albert, and Kerner due up in a game that the Red Sox only have 9 outs remaining. 0-2 fastball taken upstairs. That 2-run homer from Michael Busch has opened things up a bit here. Scoring Torkelson, who reached on an E5. That inning could have been over. 1-2. Curveball trickles low out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game number 39 for both. That means that just have 5 games remaining for each squad in the regular season before we all start the playoffs. 2-2 is driven out into deep left center field. Going back is McGee at the track, looking up, and it's gone. Nick Quintana can do no wrong. His 5th homer of the summer, having an unreal July, and the Red Sox get on the board. It's now 4-1 Chatham. Well, these hitters are learning, as Zach Zubia did a couple days ago. It doesn't take much to get it out of here. Get it up in the air, get it in the jet stream, and there's a decent chance it'll fly out as Quintana picks up another home run. Puts him in a tie with Andrew Dashbach for a team-leading 5th. And Red Sox, more importantly, though, they got on board. It's now 4-1. Albert at the plate. He'll take outside for ball 1. Quinn Cotton, one of the more highly touted prospects on this club. There's a lot of them, but he's been making good on that rating. The 1-0 is flared foul. Ball and a strike. Quintana was batting 195 in the month of June. Got the average now up to around 320. That homer only helps. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High at the eyes. 2 balls and a strike on Albert, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a flyout. Reeves Martin, the short righty, fires in the 2-1. Fastball outside. 3 balls and a strike with no outs. Quintana hitting the homer over the left field fence. Into the windup goes Martin and deals. Spoiled by Albert. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on the FSU product. It's a great feeling for Quintana. Got to talk with him a few days ago after the ball game, and he's just so happy, finally hitting his stride. Payoff, bounded over the head of Martin, charging as the shortstop Arenas, and there'll be no play. Reese Albert reaches with no outs. Red Sox finally getting something going here, and Vito Freesia coming up. His first plate appearance since leaving the team a few weeks ago. Big Hofstra boy, 6'3", 230, batting from the right side, who picked up 2 huge hits in his last ball game for the Red Sox. 2 extra base hits. Didn't have any homers with that first stint. That wouldn't be a terrible time to pick up that first. So Albert reaches. They'll call it an infield single, and I think that's the right call. That was a tough play to be made. Freesia at the plate now, facing Reeves Martin. First pitch to Vito. Takes it outside. 4 runs off of 6 hits for Chatham. The lone run for the Red Sox off of 8. They've stranded quite a few today. No outs. Albert off of first. The pitch to Freesia. He swings and skies it foul. Up out of play. A ball and a strike. Chatham pitching staff gives up the most homers than anyone across the Cape. That 31 is a group. Red Sox are in a tie with them entering today. Another toss over. Albert back in sliding. Ashford standing on deck as the Red Sox try and scratch and crawl their way back into this ball game in the bottom of the 7th. Reeves Martin in his first appearance in a Chatham uniform hasn't gone so well. 1-1. Off speed and falls low. 2 balls and a strike. That Quintana homer projected just over 400 feet. Hit it a ton in the air. Got good distance as well. 2-1 upstairs. Whitey attempting to put together an inning. Quintana, the leadoff homer. Albert has reached on the infield single, and a good count for Freesia. Set from Martin, fires in the 3-1. Fouled straight back off of the backstop, the fencing chain link that runs across both dugouts. And it's a full count. Vito, before he left the club, was batting .333. This just plate appearance 25. He's got 8 hits and an RBI. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball misses away. Ball 4. Back-to-back base runners for the Red Sox here off of Reeves Martin. A great discipline at bat for Vito Freesia, his first one back. Now it'll be 2 aboard for the top of the order. The Anglers want to chat. Understandably why. It seems like Red Sox are in very quick time reeling this game back in. We'll see if Chatham does in fact go to the bullpen. It appears they will in the bottom of the 7th. Red Sox already with a run across. It's 4-1 Chatham. 2 runners aboard, though, with no outs. Whitey trying to rally on the other side of the break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Former Red Sox arm on to pitch for Chatham in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 aboard, no outs, a 4-1 ball game for the Anglers, and it's Spencer Van Scoy making appearance number 10 of the summer for Chatham. He started a ball game, an ERA inflated at 8.0. Tall lefty, 6'4", 205 from Arizona State University. Albert off of second base. Freesia a lead off of first with the corner infielders in. Middle at double play depth with Ashford at the plate. First pitch from Van Scoy. Ashford tries to pull back a bunt. It's a foul ball. He got a piece of it. Understandably why Ramirez and English were creeping in. They thought correctly that Ashford would try and sacrifice those two over. Quintana's 5th homer of the summer, leading off this 7th inning off of Reese Martin. Projected distance of 404 on the moonshot. No outs. Van Scoy a glance back at second. Now deals. Ashford shows bunt. Pulls this one back as the ball drifts away. Ball and a strike on the leadoff man for the Red Sox, who's 1 for 3. His lone single came in the 3rd inning before he was caught stealing. No successful stolen bases so far today. All 4 that have tried have been promptly picked off by either Simpson or Kerner. 2 aboard, no outs. 1-1 pitch. Ashford swings away and misses. Ugly swing there from Zach. Seemed like he wasn't sure what he wanted to do, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Van Scoy hasn't pitched against his former team yet this summer. Pitched with YD, made a couple of starts, some relief innings as well for Scott Pickler in 2017. No outs. Van Scoy sets the leg kick and deals. Ashford drills this one out into center field. Rave going back a few feet in front of the fence, makes the catch. Tagging goes Albert, chugs into third base standing. Holding at first is Freesia. Sacrifice of sorts for Ashford. Puts runners at the corners for one of the hottest hitters on the Red Sox, Brad Beasley. He's reached base every single time today. An infield single in the first, double in the third. Was also hit by a pitch to begin the 6th inning. He bats at an important spot here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Right-handed hitter from Cal Poly. Facing the lefty Van Scoy from Arizona State with runners on first and third and 1 out. The pitch to Beasley. Curveball that sweeps into the zone for a strike. 22 strikeouts, 14 walks so far this summer for Spencer. Pitching in 11 innings so far. 0-1 to Beasley. Swings at it and lines it through the gap on the left side. RBI single for Brad Beasley as Reese Albert touches home. Red Sox continue to cut into the deficit. It's now 4-2 Chatham and still 2 aboard. A very common Brad Beasley hit. Not too much. Reached out and got that fastball in the outer third of the plate and just slapped it through. Reese Albert scoring. Red Sox now only trail by 2. They were down 4-0 when we began this 7th inning. Freesia a slight lead off of second. Beasley, healthy advantage off of first. Campbell batting from the right side. First pitch from Van Scoy. Starts him off speed and it misses low. Two runs already across here in the 7th for the Red Sox. Trailing by 2. Great opportunity for Campbell. The pitch. Fastball nabs the outside corner. David Chason's had a pretty small strike zone this afternoon. Fastball looked like it was a couple inches off the plate, but he gets the call. The lefty Van Scoy does, and it's a ball and a strike. Campbell awaiting in the righty box. 2 aboard, 1 away. 4-2 ball game. Van Scoy setting at the chest, kicks and fires. Fastball outside. Each team 2-2-1 against the other through the regular season series. That's up for grabs tonight. Winner tonight will take the head-to-head tiebreaker between these two clubs. Campbell awaits the 2-1 pitch. Slow grounder down the third baseline. Ramirez has it, throws over to first, in time to get Campbell. Couldn't touch on third base and get that double play. He figured, I guess, that if he'd made the path back to the bag, he surely would have eaten Freesia there, but might not have been able to get Campbell down the line. Made the safe bet and got the second out. Andrew Dashbach coming up in a big spot. Not really sure you can call his last week or so as a slump. We just gotten used to such a high-quality level of baseball, especially in the batter's box for Andrew. But he's 0 for 3 today, grounded into a double play, a line out, and a strikeout. Facing the lefty Van Scoy with runners on second and third, 2 outs. 2-run ball game in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Dashbach. Starts him off with a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Dash now has Quintana right on his tail. They're tied with 5 homers to lead the ball club. Quintana hitting one in Hartford a few days ago, his 4th. Picks up his 5th right here in the 7th. 0-1 to Dashbach. Another breaking ball. This one a bit too far outside. A ball and a strike. It was Austin Bergner who started this ball game out for the Anglers. Went 6 innings full. No runs, 5 strikeouts. Martin couldn't record an out. Van Scoy's pitched 2/3 of an inning, trying to minimize the damage. 1-1. Fastball burned inside and misses. A lot of fans here at Red Wilson on a gorgeous Friday evening across the 7 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Some rain to maybe come tomorrow morning. But for now, it looks like we've got clear skies ahead to finish out this ball game. Slight wind gust out towards left center, the flag blowing. As the Red Sox try and make this a very productive bottom of the 7th. It's Freesia off of third, Beasley the lead off of second with 2 outs. 2-1 pitch to Dashbach upcoming. Here it is. Fastball waved at and missed. Dropping low, below the knees of Andrew, and he came up empty on the hack. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leading the Red Sox with 21 runs batted in. He's got a good chance to snag a couple more right here if he can put something into the outfield. Van Scoy sets 2-2. Dashbach slashes this one out into right field. Torkelson going back to the track, and it's off the foot of the fence. Dashbach around first base. He'll cruise into second with an RBI double. Beasley touching home after Freesia scores, and the Red Sox have tied up this ball game. Andrew Dashbach delivering. Freesia scoring with ease from third base. Beasley scoring as well. Just like that, a fresh new ball game. 4-4 score in the bottom of the 7th. Andrew Dashbach delivers once again. Torkelson had to hold up at the foot of the fence. Couldn't make the catch, and now it's DeLuca at the plate. Chance to give the Red Sox the lead. Batting from the right side, first pitch. Fastball outside. You just have come accustomed to it. Andrew Dashbach comes up in big spots. He put good swings in important counts, and he found the foot of the fence out there in right field to bring us even. DeLuca, an inside-out stance on the righty box. 1-0. Fastball busts him inside. Tries to check his swing. Unsuccessfully, says John Putzela, first base umpire this afternoon. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. Nice to see Andrew with an opposite field extra base hit as well. We're so used to seeing him pull it, finding the gaps in even left or right center. There was no doubt about that. That was deep right field. 1-1 pitch. DeLuca shows bunt, pulls it back as that pitch escapes outside. 2 balls and a strike now. Game number 39. Coming down the stretch of the regular season, the Red Sox showing fight like they have all summer long. Trailed by 4 runs entering this inning. Now we're tied. Dash off of second. And the 2-1 pitch to DeLuca. He'll take it low for a ball. 3-1 count. Christian Casa waiting on deck should he be needed. DeLuca batting just below 300. 1 for 3 today with the infield single. That led off the 4th inning. Hoping to give YD the lead right here. The 3-1 pitch. Takes it for a strike on the inside corner. Johnny was ready to drop the bat and head down to first base. That one just clipped the plate. Now an important payoff pitch upcoming here. Vanscoy looks in for the signs from Colin Simpson, catcher for Chatham. Important pitch with 2 outs, 3-2 count. Dashbach on second base. A 4-4 ball game. Set from Vanscoy. The offering. DeLuca slowly grounds it off of his foot. That stung him. He's hobbling around home plate. From first glance, it looked like that might have even just been a fair ball. That goes to show you how hard he hit it off of his foot, that it careened and had enough velocity to actually roll out into the infield on the grass. Painful way, but he stays alive in the count. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dash at second. RBI double. Scored 2 runs to tie this ball game at 4. He represents the go-ahead run. 3-2 pitch. DeLuca waits on it and fouls it off, turning into a great battle between Spencer Vanscoy and Johnny DeLuca. He's batted in 17 with 31 hits, 1 homer. That came against the Gatemen back in the month of June. Chance to give YD the lead and break this tie just as quickly as we got there. Another 3-2 pitch to DeLuca. Fastball inside. He lays off of it. Ball 4. The inning continues. 2 now aboard for Christian Koss to work with. Back-to-back great at-bats for the Red Sox. Seen a few in this inning. Vito Freesia took a lot of pitches. He earned a free pass. Beasley waited for a pitch that he wanted. Slash an RBI single through the hole. Dashbox RBI double, the big stamp. Now Johnny DeLuca working a walk as Chatham will go to the pen once again. Spencer Vanscoy could only go 2/3 of an innings, and he's brought this ball game even. More importantly, Andrew Dashbach has, and the Red Sox hoping to take the lead on the other side of the break. We'll get you all caught up. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back into the bottom of the 7th at Red Wilson. Now a 4-4 ball game between the Red Sox and the Anglers. A 4-spot put up so far from the hometown YD squad and a chance to take the lead. Runners on first and second. DeLuca on first. Dashbach at the middle bag. And Christian Costa plate against the new pitcher for Chatham, lefty Zach Knoll. 6'6", 210, making appearance number 4. Tall lefty deals. A fastball hangs up high to Christian. 0 for 3 today, a strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. So one could say he was due. 9.52 ERA through those 3 ball games for Knoll. Pitching here in the bottom of the 7th, a relief appearance. 1-0 to Koss. Just gets a piece of it, hits it foul. A late arrival to the Chatham squad. He's only been with the team for about 10 days. Record of 1-1, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. Red Sox 4, Chatham 4 in the bottom of the 7th. 2 aboard and 2 outs. Koss at the plate. The pitch. Curveball misses inside. 2-1 count. It's Nicholas Quintana on deck. He led off this 7th inning about a good half hour ago with a solo homer. That was the first run for the Red Sox this afternoon. Now it's 4-4. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Christian. Waved at and missed. Fastball that was blown by him from Knoll. 6'6", 210. A threatening presence out there on the mound. Holds the glove at his chest. First base side of the rubber. And deals the 2-2. Christian bloops it out into right field. Torkelson to step in. And he makes the catch to retire the side. But the Red Sox bring it even. Andrew Dashbach with a 2-run RBI double. And it's 4-4 as we head to the 8th inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Visiting half of the 8th inning in South Yarmouth. Red Sox 4, Anglers 4 in meeting number 6. YD plating 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Quintana's homer and the game-tying 2-run RBI double from Dashbach have brought us even. It's Ben Ramirez here to start off the inning, facing Ingebrigtsen, who fires in a fastball, missing just a little bit low. Third pitcher of the ball game for the Red Sox. Third Red Sox pitcher making his debut. Righty on lefty matchup to begin this top of the 8th inning. The pitch, slow grounder, but past the glove of the pitcher. Fielded by Koss, ranging, and he gets him in time. Christian Koss covering a ton of ground as that one got past Ingebrigtsen. Surely didn't seem like Christian would have a play, but he proves us all wrong. And he gets the first out of the inning. Drew Mendoza has already put a good marker on this ball game. He had a towering solo homer to begin the scoring for both squads in the 5th inning, and it seems like Ingebrigtsen won't get the chance to face him. Scott Pickler out onto the mound, and Ryan Nelson warming. We'll have to see if it's his turn right now. Braden Fink will, in fact, make the jog as the Red Sox go to the bullpen in the top of the 8th. One away, a 4-4 ball game. More to come on the other side of the break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. New pitcher and a new batter in the 8th. Braden Fink out to make another appearance for the Red Sox, and a pinch hitter for Chatham. Austin Wilhite from Georgia Tech will come in to make appearance number 12 in a ball game. Plate appearance number 20. He's batting just 105. But the right-handed hitter, Tom Holliday, countering with the pitching change for the Red Sox. Lefty coming out of the bullpen for YD and Scott Pickler. Supposed to be Mendoza. Instead, it's Wilhite in the righty box. First pitch. Fastball burned in there, just a little bit low. One out in the 8th inning. It was Ramirez who grounded out to short to begin the frame. In a 4-4 ball game, Red Sox have rallied like they've done so many times this year. 1-0 from Fink is skied high out into the sky and up and out of play. Dashbach looked like he was ranging over. He's had an adventurous time over there in foul territory today. Couple of very close calls with fans, and luckily enough for him, that one was well out of the bleachers. Just a ball and a strike. Wilhite 5'9" from Georgia Tech. Batted .249 this past season. 1-1 swung on and missed. The curveball that moves from the heart of the plate across towards the batter. Great motion from Fink, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. One away in the 8th, no one on base for Chatham. 1-2 pitch. Grounded right back into the glove of Fink. He stabs it, throws to Dashbach at first, second out. Red Sox doing a nice job so far of making good in this 8th inning. It's been 2 pitchers. Ingebrigtsen got the first out. Fink has got the second. And Adam Fogel will dig in for the second time. Pinch hit for Ashton McGee back in the 6th inning. Walked and was stranded over at first base. First pitch from Fink. Fastball pounded in there for a strike against Fogel. Hawaii kid. Boy, that's got to be a pretty good spot to play your college baseball. He batted .296 this past season with 8 homers. 2 outs, no one on base. The 0-1 delivery, caught on and missed. Movement north to south on the breaking ball from Fink. And he's in the driver's seat. 0-2 count on Fogel. First 2 batters have grounded out here in the top of the 8th inning in a 4-4 ball game. Fogel hoping to extend it. The 0-2. Fastball buried in the dirt. Freesia moving right to left to keep it in front of him. Something he does very well as the YD backstop. Big body, and he does a good job of keeping anything in the dirt right in front of him, keeping it around home plate. Fink, the lefty from Oklahoma, setting at the belt, deals the 1-2. Curveball paint inside corner, called strike 3. Anglers go down in order, and we go to the home half of the 8th inning. 4-4 ball game between the Red Sox and Chatham. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning at Red Wilson. Dana Gray, Brandon Pelter bringing you the exciting finish of this one. A 4-4 ball game. Red Sox rallying once again with 4 runs in the 7th inning. Tanadas even, and the man who got it all started, Nick Quintana, up at the plate. Righty hitter facing the lefty, Zach Knoll, pitching into his 2nd inning of relief work. Tall lefty, 6'6", 210. First pitch, Quintana swings and misses at the fastball in the dirt.
Before the top of the 8th started, the umpires met with both coaches. Tom Holliday didn't seem pleased with whatever he was being told. The only thing I can think of is that they said the 8th would be the final inning. We've seen that the case many times so far this season.
And I can't blame them. Darkness is falling quickly. It's a muggy day. 0-1, called strike on the outer third, 0-2 count. I mean, over the summer, even at Stony Brook, we've seen games called due less to this, what we're dealing with right now in the bottom of the 8th. No runners on, no outs. Tie ball game. Quintana in the 7-hole batting here in an 0-2 count. The pitch. Waste one outside, and Nick lays off of it.
Throughout the entire season, even the start with Quintana's struggles, I think this season more so than last, he's been a much more disciplined hitter. He hasn't been chasing pitches outside of the zone.
For sure, working a lot of walks as well. Swings, though, through the 1-2. That's strike 3. Quintana go down on strikes to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. And Quinn Cotton, pinch hitter for the Red Sox, replacing Reese Albert. Right-handed hitter to face the left-throwing Knoll.
Cotton adds a lot of back control into this YD lineup, a guy that reaches base often, and when he gets on base, he also has a ton of speed, although the stolen base number is not there. He's still plus in the base running department.
289 hitter from the right side with one out in the 8th. The pitch. Off speed outside to begin the at-bat to Quinn Cotton. Leads the ball club with 37 base hits. Most plate appearances of any Red Sox player. 1-0. Swung on and missed. Half-hearted swing from Cotton there, and the count goes to 1-1.
We haven't seen him hit one out of the ballpark yet. I think that's kind of surprising, just seeing what he can do before the games, the amount of power that he has.
Not a home run hitter, at least so far this summer. 1-1. He loops this one out into shallow left field. McGee coming on, can't catch it. It drops in front of him, and the Red Sox have a base runner in the bottom of the 8th. Quinn Cotton does his job, and the bottom of the order due up in Vito Freesia.
That's how this YD squad really works, is they kind of pass the baton. You're not going to see the home run numbers that you see from a team like Chatham or Orleans with a ton of pop in the bats. For YD, it's pass the baton, get the singles, and run the bases really well, and they've been a pretty smart team on the base paths.
Cotton the lead off of first. Noel looking right at him. Now puts his attention towards home, and Freesia, the first pitch. Fastball upstairs at the letters. Vito in just his first game back after about a 2-week absence. Patrick Bailey was brought on as a catcher for the Red Sox in the roster. Freesia went home. Now he's back as Cotton slides back in safely.
How about this summer for this kid? Getting to come out on the Cape, have a heck of a time, go home and actually go on a vacation. He went to his sister's wedding in Aruba. You get back. This was just on Wednesday that he got back to a call saying, hey, you want to come back out?
Call I'm sure he was very happy to get. The pitch is delivered, but it won't count. Home plate umpire David Chason calling time a bit late, though it was granted. And Freesia was really starting to heat up towards the end of his first stint with the Red Sox. Walked and came around to score back in the 7th in his first plate appearance back. Batting here in the bottom of the 8th, 4-4 ball game. Cotton the lead off of first base. The delivery. Nicked foul.
That was a screamer back to the chain link fence. Boy, a fan is sitting there with his son, I'd presume, and they both went ducking to the left.
I can't blame him. I mean, it is the price that you pay when you get that close. Freesia, a 1-1 count with one out. Cotton has to slide back in. Noel not with the best move. He's a big body, so it's not the most deceiving play, and Cotton hasn't really shortened up his lead at all. He's only swiped 2 bags this summer, but he's been successful on both attempts. The set from Noel, 1-1 to Freesia. He drives this one out into shallow right field. Torkelson will come on, camp under it, and snag it for the second out. Could be the last hope for the Red Sox right now in Zach Ashford. I'd be surprised, as I believe you would be too, Brandon, if we got to play into the 9th inning. And a pinch hitter for the Red Sox, Zach Zubia. He'll get his first look at the Chatham pitching staff today. His last game out, that came against the Firebirds. He had his second homer of the summer, a towering fly ball that left Red Wilson Field. And now batting in the bottom of the 8th, 4-4 ball game, 2 outs, and Quinn Cotton the lead off of first. Noel, the lefty, setting at the chest, looks over at first and throws. Quinn back in without a tag.
Zubia, another one of those Red Sox hitters, starting to heat up, getting going, sending the ball out of the ballpark.
Big Texas Longhorn digs back in from the right side. Chance to put the Red Sox out in front. He'll have to wait a little longer. Cotton once again safely to the first base bag. 244 clip for Zubia. 11 hits, 2 of them have been homers. 9 runs batted in. Been in and out of the lineup. Pinch hits here in the later stages of this ball game. First pitch outside in the opposite batter's box. Ashford awaiting on deck, hoping that he gets a chance to continue this inning. Quintana struck out swinging to begin the frame. Cotton has singled since, and Freesia has popped out. 1-0 pitch to Zubia. Upstairs with a fastball. 2-0 count on Zubia. Brewster and Hyannis knotted up at 4 in the ninth. Orleans a 1-0 lead. We watched that to see who could get that fourth spot in the standings. Maybe play these Red Sox. Cotton off of first, the 2-0. Another fastball and another miss. Noel just can't really hit his spots at the moment. Seems a little nervous pitching to this pinch hitter in Zach Zubia. Two outs, the 3-0. Upstairs and away, ball 4. Zach Zubia has worked a 2-out walk. And a runner in scoring position by way of that in Quinn Cotton. He goes over to second base. 4-4 ball game. And Brad Beasley with a chance to give the Red Sox a really good opportunity to win this ball game, even if we were to go into the ninth inning. As Matt Dyer comes on to run for Zubia. We've seen that tale before. Zach goes in, puts up a great at-bat, put on the speed with Dyer. He's now at first.
Yeah, stalling games here continue, or really begin, for Chatham as darkness continues to fall. You don't want to say that's the only reason they're out there. I mean, it is a big spot in this game, but I'm sure that plays a little bit of a factor. If this continues and goes on too long without YD scoring in this eighth inning and they can't finish the inning, it just reverts back to the start.
No action in the Chatham bullpen. And now finally David Chiasson will walk out and break up the little party at the mound with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The more minutes that occur here in this frame, the less of a chance we'll get to play on into the 9th, which only rises the importance for Brad Beasley. Quinn Cotton at second base. He represents the go-ahead run. It's now Matt Dyer pinch running at first. Good speed on the paths and a good bat at the plate. Noel setting at the chest, winds and fires off speed on the outer third for a strike. Against arguably the hottest hitter for the Red Sox. He's been perfect today. 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, an RBI. He was also hit by a pitch. He's reached base 4 times. 0-1 pitch to Beasley. Swings and puts it foul into the fencing in a hole 0-2. Having to protect with the game possibly on the line. Luke Waddell on deck. If he were to plate, it would be his first crack at Chatham today. An 0-2 count on Beasley with 2 outs and 2 aboard. The pitch, curveball, and Beasley fights it off. Just got the bat head out. Have to think the worst that the Red Sox could do would tie at this point. And even further cement their chance for that first place spot in the East Division. Cotton off of second, Dyer off of first. Beasley at the plate, the 0-2, outside and away. A Friday night that's seen 3 Red Sox pitchers make their debut. Brady Batten, Michael James, and Gordon Ingebrigtsen. All pitching for the first time in a YD uniform as the Red Sox have rallied. It's 4-4 with 2 aboard, 2 outs. The 1-2. Beasley grounds this one at the second baseman. Bush, he's up with it, throws to first. Plenty of time to get Beasley. The Red Sox strand a pair. And we'll hold on in the air right now as Pickler walks down the line, and the game has been called for the second time in 2018. The Red Sox and the Anglers tie a ball game at Red Wilson Field. We only get to complete 8 innings for the final time in the regular season. YD and Chatham tie it 4-4, though you have to think, Brandon, there might be a decent chance these two meet up again in a couple weeks.
I'd certainly say so for this Red Sox team. They're on what seems like a terrific path. They're playing better defense down this stretch, even though they do have the 2 E's on the scoreboard today, the bats are there, and even today when you come in with 3 pitchers making their debut, you'd expect guys to have rough goings, and for Brady batting at the start, that's kind of what it was. He walked the first 2 guys. 8 of his first 9 pitches were balls, but then he really settled in and gave up just a run, and he kept this game close for this YD squad. The bats got going late, but they got going, and that's the thing. YD has proven that there are seldom games where their bats do not ever start, and I think they are the most dangerous offense out on the Cape. They've been just about from the start of the season. They continue to be so as we head down the final stretch.
Certainly statistically, and also this team just once again showing fight. 4 runs in the 7th inning in a game that was coming to a close due to darkness. YD came up with the big bats. Quintana hitting his 5th homer. Now has a team-tying lead with Andrew Dashbach for 5 big homers so far this summer. That got it all started. Dash, though, with the RBI double. He's just been clutch pretty much this entire season. And as it stands now, each team picking up a point. Red Sox to 51, Anglers to 41. It's a 10-point difference, and each team only has 5 more games to play. That means that Chatham, the best they could do would be to tie the Red Sox, and with the run differential at the moment, even seems like that couldn't matter.
YD, I think this entire season has come down to their offense. Them leading the Cape the whole way. Pitching staff has been middle of the pack. Defense has been one of the worst across the Cape, believe it or not. But when you have the bats going, they can power everything else, and I think that's been really the lifeline to get them going and adrenaline pumping for the pitchers. When you see your team go out there and add 4 runs in the 7th inning to get you back in this ball game, you're not going to lose it.
Red Sox and the Anglers tie the season series, 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 ties apiece. The Red Sox and Chatham even it up 4-4 as we only complete 8 innings from Red Wilson Field. YD, a great advantage in first. It's up to 10 points. Almost further staples themselves right in to that number 1 spot. More baseball to come, though, in the regular season. And it all starts again back up tomorrow in Harwich. 5:30 start from White House Field. We'll be on the air just a little bit before that. For Brandon Pelter, I'm Dana Gray saying so long from Yarmouth. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Red Sox and the Anglers do battle once again. We don't find a winner, but the Red Sox pick up a point. We'll see you tomorrow.